Fire those engines and slice them wheels. We've made it to Spintember. So grab a comfy seat because you're in for another episode of Bob's Track Talk. Let's start with some cool news. After months of hype, Toyota finally undressed its GR Supra Supercar, the Walkinshaw Racing built weapon that will underpin the Japanese car giant's maiden tilt, the Repco Supercars Championship next year. Of course, this is not Toyota or the Supra's first run in Australian touring car racing, but we have a feeling that this Supra will be a stronger contender compared to its efforts in the early 1990s. Uncle Neil Crompton, the voice of Supercars, former racer, and an instrumental figure in Toyota's racing activities down under, was the first to give the Supra a taste of the track. But will the Supra stump up the speed to challenge Supercars heavyweights GM and Ford in 2026? Who knows yet, and frankly, who cares? Toyota joining the Supercars circus is a win on its own. Okay, time to go F1 racing in the Netherlands for the Dutch Grand Prix, and there's always plenty of colour at Zandvoort. There's red, white and blue, and plenty of orange. Some fancy dress-ups, and gee, those Dutchies seem to like some bloke called Max too. But in the race, it was a special day for our boy Aussie Oscar. A grand slam kind of day, some may say. Piastri claimed pole position, set the fastest lap and led every lap, culminating in a 9th Grand Prix trophy, and who knows, one day we might get a smile from him. Oscar's title challenging McLaren teammate Lando Norris definitely didn't leave with a smile. His Mercedes engine expired with 7 laps to run while in second place. 9 races remain, and it's advantage Aussie Oscar. Oh yeah, there was a pretty good car race happening behind the orange McLarens too. Carlos Sainz and Liam Lawson banged wheels. Ferrari's Lewis Hamilton was out early and forced to clean up his own mess. And his teammate Charles Leclerc copped a nasty from Kimi Antonelli, sending him cascading into the wall. At least he got a decent view of the track for the final few laps. And big ups to maiden podium finisher Isaac Hajjar. The Racing Bulls rookie qualified 4th, finished 3rd behind hometown hero Max Verstappen, and celebrated by, well, breaking his porcelain prize. Whoops. Okay, let's head to the States now for the first round of NASCAR's playoffs at Darlington. And we think someone forgot to tell them that points weren't being paid on the very first lap. Carson Hocevar had a shocker, conducting the world's longest spin before Christopher Bell dinged and donged him on pit road. Ryan Blaney showed us a wild time, but seriously, sponsor promotion went way too far in Darlington. We know the race was called the Cookout Southern 500, but this was ridiculous. It all left Chase Briscoe to take the win, and just to add a little Aussie flavour, his Melbourne-born crew chief James Small was all smiles. And the other Joe Gibbs racing crew were pretty happy too. Hop 1 State West and IndyCar held its final round in Nashville. Again, a lap 1 wreck put paid to recent winner Christian Rasmussen's day, and he wasn't alone. Champ-elect Alex Palou encountered tyre troubles, but it was even worse news for rookie Louis Foster. Pato O'Ward led the race into a delaminated tyre, made sure he wasn't leading any longer. Team Penske were having a good day at the track, though Will Power had his plug pulled during a pit stop. Power's Penske teammate Scott McLaughlin was having his best race of the year, passing Palou around the outside for the lead, simply a heart-stopping move. Scotty Mack probably could have won too, only for this slight brush with the wall that dropped him to 3rd. Another Penske driver, Nashville's own Joseph Newgarden, was the best of those that remained, cruising to the win. It was the 2-time Indy 500 winner's first victory of the season, and only the team's second. So how does Newgarden sum up Team Penske's year?
Tough year. Tough year.
You got that right, Joey Nashville, but he did make a bunch of new friends post-race. And how's this Indy next crunch for Kiwi Callum Hedge? The former Carrera Cup Australia champ walked away, but that was a decent slap. And the World Rally stars battled on the plunging plots of Paraguay. The final day was riddled with rain and tough terrain, as many of the leading contenders found out the hard way. Toyota's Sebastian Ogier was the best at the end and now sits just 9 points behind Toyota teammate Elfyn Evans. And that'll do it for me. The next 2 weeks are going to drive me around the bend. This weekend, the Shannon Speed Series, and the following week, we're back there for Supercars' first two-driver Enduro of 2025. I'm Richard Craill, your host of Bob's Track Talk. More from me next week.